Today we are going to talk about how to get a perfect 1/4 inch seam. Have you ever had the experience where you are sewing a pieced block with lots of tiny pieces to a sashing piece that you cut according to the pattern to be exactly the size or the height of the block, and they do not match up at all? Your sashing piece is 10.5 inches high and your block somehow, even though it's supposed to be 10.5 inches high, is like 10.25, maybe, if you're lucky. It's a very frustrating experience, and the problem arises in your seam allowance accuracy. Even just a tiny fraction or a couple of threads off in your seam allowance will add up over the course of an entire block, and it will mean that your points won't match, your blocks will be too small, and it's very frustrating. So I'm going to show you today how I do my seam allowance tests, and I do it before every project that I do. And I do it on every machine that I use. If you saw a recent video that I did where I switched machines without doing this test, then it will be very clear why I do this all the time. Because I sewed a block and it had 7 or 8 seams, and I tried to sew it to its companion block that I had sewed on a different machine, and they were almost an inch off. And that means that my seam allowances were barely 1/8 of an inch different, but yet it added up over the course of all of those seams. So that's why I do this test, and I'm going to share it with you today. So you are going to need some scraps of fabric. I like to have 2 pieces that are the same color and 1 contrasting color. I just use scraps. If you want to be particularly fancy, you can use little bits of the fabric that you are actually going to use in this project, because this is Kona cotton and it's pretty substantial. This is, I think it's Art Gallery, and it is quite flimsy, and that is going to have a difference on your seam allowances. So at least use the same weight of fabric that you intend to use on your project. So you will also need a couple of sets of this, because it almost never happens that you get it perfectly right on the first try. So this is a process that you're going to have to repeat a couple of times. In addition to your scraps, you also need a ruler with very clear markings. This is just the one I had sitting by my sewing machine. As long as it is kind of bigger than the fabric you intend to use, or at least a substantial length of the fabric, it'll be fine. You will need a rotary cutter, and you will also need a cutting surface, which I have right here by my machine. You will also need your iron on and hot, with steam or without steam, with starch, without starch, however you intend to press the project that you're going to work on. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seam together one of the pieces of fabric that I have 2 of with the contrast fabric. Now, this seam allowance is not the one that we are particularly concerned about. It's just to establish a straight seam line from which we can measure. So don't stress about this seam or trying to get your guide really dialed in. Just set it to about where you think your 1/4 inch seam is and sew a straight line. So now it is time to press this seam, and you need to press it however you are going to press this project. For me, that is almost always open, because I am like that. But if you are going to press all of your seams to the side, to the dark, you can consider the piece that you have 2 of the background. And so if you are going to press to the background, press to that color stripe. If you are going to press to the dark, I guess you can just pick one. I'm going to press mine open, and I'm going to starch it, because that's how I usually sew. So you can see that my seam allowances were not particularly perfect, but what I needed to get was a nice straight seam line, and I have achieved that. So now it is time to measure, and what we're going for here is we want to create a stripe with this fabric that is exactly 1 inch. So we need the stripe width, which is 1 inch, and then we need our seam allowance, which ideally should be 1/4 of an inch. So we're gonna cut 1¼ inches away from this straight seam line. Now hopefully when we sew this piece will take up 1/4 inch and we'll be left with a perfect 1-inch stripe. And we'll talk about what to do if it doesn't. But that's the goal, is a 1-inch stripe of our contrast fabric. So we're gonna cut 1¼ inches away from our straight seam line. And this is just trash. Now our other piece, it was just a scrap, but we do want to establish a nice straight line to sew against. So I'm just gonna trim a little piece off, just so we have a nice straight line. Now I'm gonna line this up with our cut stripe piece and sew it. And now again, we are just going to sew our nice straight seam line. And again, we are going to press this exactly how you are going to press your project. Off to steam. So now we have our stripe inserted into our background color. And theoretically, this should be 1 inch. But is it? Let's measure. So I'm going to lay my ruler down with the edge of the ruler along one seam. So let's see, I am laying this edge of the ruler right along that seam line, and look, my stripe is 7/8 of an inch-ish. Now my stripe is too small, and that means that I need to make an adjustment to my setup. If you have a computerized machine, you will handle this slightly different, but I'm going to show you what to do on my machine, and then we'll talk about a computerized machine solution. So now that we know that my stripe is too narrow, I need to move this seam guide, and I need to move it so that less fabric ends up in the seam allowance and more fabric ends up in my stripe so that my stripe is wider. And I know that it's about 1/8 of an inch because all of the error in my stripe is in one seam. So I am going to move my seam guide about 1/8 of an inch to the left. And we're just gonna hold it right there and tighten it back down. It's a really minor adjustment, but that 1/8 of an inch will add up over the course of an entire block. For real. So now we have this piece and we need to say goodbye to it because it is wrong. It is not 1 inch and it's very sad. And now that I'm thinking about this, maybe I should be keeping these. Maybe I should keep them in a little stack and eventually sew them all together because it's basically like a tiny little striped quilt block, right? So maybe I'll have a change of heart and stop using totally clashing colors and keep these little guys. So if you are working on a machine with a needle that moves, like a computerized machine, like my other machine, which is a Janome, and you have a foot like this that has the seam guide that you use, then you need to solve this problem in a different way. You can't move the seam guide on these feet, as handy as they are. And that means that you need to move the needle on your machine. If you are going to move your needle and your stripe is too small, then you need to move your needle to the right, which will put less fabric in the seam allowance and more fabric into the stripe. If you have the opposite problem where your stripe is too big, then you need to move your needle to the left so that more fabric is getting trapped in the seam allowance. If you are working on a Juki like I am and your stripe is too big, then you need to move your seam guide to the right so that more fabric is trapped in the seam allowance. So that out of the way, it's time to try again. I have 3 pieces of fabric here and I have made that slight adjustment to my machine. So let's repeat. And remember, this is not an important seam. It's just establishing a straight line for us to measure from. I have pressed my seam allowance is open as usual, and now it is time to cut that 1¼ inches away from this straight seam line we just established. I'm just going to trim this down since it's bigger than my side piece. And then we're going to establish another straight line to sew against on our background fabric. Okay, let's pair these up and take another stab at our perfect 1/4 inch. Okay, I have my seam guide in my new position, and it's time to see if it worked. Time to measure. Let's see if it worked. I'm going to align the edge of my ruler with my seam over here, and look at that. The 1 inch line is perfectly aligned with the seam on the other side of the stripe. So now we know that we have a perfect 1/4 inch seam. So if we cut all of our pieces in our pattern the way that they are intended and sew them together, your block should end up the correct size, which means that your sewing frustration levels are really going to go down. Now, I do want to take a moment to say we have dialed in your machine for you for this project. If I had pressed these seam allowances in a different way, let's try it. So I did a little experiment and I changed the way I pressed these seams in this block. Instead of pressing them open, I pressed them both to the outside. So you can see I have my yellow fabric overlapping my gray. Did it change my seam allowances? Let's see. Well, look at that. My seam allowance is no longer 1/4 inch. It is just barely a 1/16 inch off. So just changing the direction of the pressing will change your seam allowances. And that means that it is very important that you do this test periodically and make adjustments to your sewing setup so that you maintain 1/4 inch. If you have a large portion of a quilt that you are intending to press your seam allowances open, and then another section of the quilt, a bunch of half square triangles that it's easy to just kind of whip through and use your block lock ruler to keep them to the side, then you need to make a couple of small adjustments. And it's not a lot. It's barely a 1/16 inch, but over 16 seams, you can see how that really adds up. I do this very frequently. I do it every time I move my machine, every time I start a new project, every time I move a project back and forth between machines. I want to make sure that my pieces are the size that I intended them to be, because I want my points to match and I want my blocks to be the correct size. So it just takes a couple minutes, and I don't know, maybe you'll be smarter than me and save your little testers from the beginning, and we can just sew them together and make a cute little multicolored striped quilt. Happy quilting, and I hope that this helps you guys get correctly sized blocks, because I struggled with it for a really long time before I realized that the default 1/4 inch setting on my machine was not really giving me a 1/4 inch seam. So experiment and find what setup works for you, and it will make your quilting better, and therefore it will make you happier. So happy quilting, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day.